I have been planning to take a break from work since January this year. I hope that 2021 would slowly give our lost freedom back. COVID patient count was decreasing and we all thought India has developed herd immunity. But no, the menace is back and is claiming lives voraciously once again. I had to cancel my travel plans. Now all that I am doing is going through the old photographs of my trips. I visited Bali in 2019 and this time I am particularly feeling like I want to go back in time. The beautiful beaches, the sea life, the dances, our long drives on scooters. How I wish to feel those Balinese vibes once again.
I was going through my travel videos right now, and right now I was watching my videos from my Bali trip. I love traveling, but we cannot travel as India is fighting the second wave of pandemic. So many people are falling sick all around, and we need to stay home to break this chain. But I really wanted to travel. I wanted to feel those vibes of knowing the place, of tasting its cuisines. Yes, cuisines. Cuisines are an important part of a trip, right? So all the travelers will know how important cuisines are. So to feel the vibes of traveling at home right at my place, I decided to recreate some of the recipes that I have tasted on all my trips. The first video of this series would be the recipe of nasi goreng. Now nasi goreng is a fried rice recipe that I tasted in Bali. So today I'm going to recreate this recipe at my home using whatever ingredients I have. So watch the video till the end to know if I can really do it.
Among the two plates, the left plate is having nasi goreng. This dish we tasted on our trip to Bali. Nasi goreng is mainly prepared with cold and leftover rice. For this recipe, you will need steamed rice. I am using the leftover rice from my previous night, spring onions, cabbage and carrot, onions, ginger, tomato and chilies, garlic, chicken, eggs, cottage cheese or paneer, butter, some curd, turmeric, sugar, salt, some soy sauce, rice crackers. The onions are to be chopped. I am chopping up one piece of boneless chicken into small pieces. The vegetables need to be chopped and kept aside. I'll be making a smooth paste using the tomatoes, the garlic, the ginger and the chilies. 2 cloves of garlic are to be chopped and kept aside. 2 pieces of chicken are to be marinated using curd, salt and turmeric and kept aside in the refrigerator. First, I am melting some butter in a pan. I am putting in the chopped onions and I would fry it for some time. I am pushing aside the onions and breaking an egg. I'll be making scrambled egg out of it. Now I'm adding the chopped garlic in the pan. Now I'm adding half of the tomato, ginger, garlic and chili paste. I'll fry everything together. One by one, I'll be adding the chopped vegetables and the chicken. Close the lid and let the veggies and the chicken cook for some time. Now the paneer is to be added and everything is to be stir fried properly. Now I'll be adding the soy sauce. This is going to give the color to this dish. Add the rice and mix everything together properly. My nasi goreng is ready. I'm adding salt and sugar according to my taste. I have heated some more butter in the pan and I am placing the marinated chicken pieces in the hot oil. I have added the remaining tomato, ginger, garlic and chili paste in the marinade. I am adding some peanut butter to the chicken to give it a peanut butter flavor. Chicken is to be fried properly and covered and cooked so that it becomes tender. Now I shall quickly make one omelette and some rice crackers as accompaniment with my nasi goreng. So all my items are ready and now it is time for me to assemble everything on a plate. This is how my homemade nasi goreng plate looks like. What do you think? Is my plate looking similar to the one that I tasted in Bali? Tell me that in the comment section. Nasi goreng was extremely delicious, trust me. Do try this recipe at home and let me know if you really did like it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.